So, would you say you're a heavy user of media technology currently?
Oh, yes, relatively. I use my phone, computer, the internet, and the television I watch daily.
Yeah,
Hmm.
and what would you say you use these mediums for?
Business, communication, entertainment, and relaxation and enjoyment.
What form of media technology influenced you most in your lifetime?
Probably television had a great impact on me when I was younger and my family, especially when I was growing up. My family was one of the first to have television, and when it came to colour, one of the first to have colour.
So, what age were you when colour television was introduced?
I think I was around about 11, and I was in a big family of 10, so it was a big focus of entertainment for us.
How did television consumption differ once colour was introduced? Were there any significant changes in your day-to-day life?
There was more focus on it. Fight to get to the front of the lounge room to watch your program, and with colour, obviously, it became more attractive, and there were even advertisements were interesting. A lot more television programs, and yeah, I guess you become a little bit more consumed with it. Yeah. Oh, the news is a big thing in our household. Yes, definitely. The news and a current affair, and I actually was interested in the news and a current affair at quite a young age.
So, do you think communication around controversial topics was different before television was around?
Yeah, I suppose it was a little bit more conservative. It was more black and white in opinions, I guess, and I guess when television came out, it put another perspective on it. So yeah, I suppose it was different.
Would you say people were more reserved in their opinions when one view was held more popular than another on TV?
Yeah, yes, I think they were more reserved. Yes.
So, do you believe the way in which certain topics were shown in the media affected your views and beliefs?
Yeah, I guess they did. They formed, helped me form opinions on things. I didn't really, I wasn't influenced a great deal. However, yeah, I guess there was some bias there that came through. Yeah.
So, being the vulnerable age of 11, do you recall the media having an effect on your body image and self-confidence to the effect they are reported to now?
I think around about that age, there were some programs coming out in Australia for the first time that showed nudity and women's sexuality in ways that hadn't been seen before through programs like the Number 96 and The Box. So yes, that was definitely out and about.
And would you say they affected you personally?
No, I don't think it affected me personally. I guess there was a certain sexuality that I hadn't come across before, so and there was just conversation around it. So I suppose there was an outside effect, yeah.
Yeah. And do you think this increased when colour television was introduced?
Yes, definitely. I think the attraction of colour television and the explosion of programs and advertisements that came on made the whole colour television an appealing form of entertainment that hadn't been out before.
Do you remember any particular types of stereotyping that became more intense with colour television?
A lot of more of the programs and humour that came through often showed some, I guess, stereotyping with regard to upper class, so generally white Anglo-Saxons, and the less well-off were generally black, African Americans, Aboriginals, Indians, etc., showing a lower class. They were quite stereotyped, and the girls on the coke ads were always gorgeous without pimples and long hair and hot boyfriends.
And finally, do you believe these mass media communication issues you have spoken about still exist today with the new and emerging media technologies?
Yeah, I guess there's a certain, well, there is a very influential amount of power with the media. It can influence in many different and biased ways. It can over-dramatise also, and yeah, put things in other perspectives which perhaps is not a balanced view.
So thank you for your time. You've given us a huge insight into communication back in the day.
Thank you. You're welcome.